Shotgun snap to Mahomes. He'll get this into the hands of the rookie from Texas. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that play came together really well for them as he found open space, makes the catch, and gets down to the 1-yard line. You know he's kicking himself right now. He thought he had a chance to get a touchdown and put that in his ledger. Instead, his team gets a chance to cash in over these next few plays.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
I think the last two plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those two that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and it'll be second down. Throwing now is Mahomes. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Here is third down and 4. Now here's Mahomes. He's got his target. That's complete. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive.
That's a big conversion there on third down, and this has been a great opening drive. You know, at this point, they'd hate to settle for 3, but they've created a fresh set of downs and a first and goal.
Into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. Another shot from the 1 on second and goal. Once more, Pirine. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Samaje Pirine taking it in from a yard out. And the Chiefs will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here. And we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and it's now a 7-0 game. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. On the return, here comes Amir Abdullah. And with a well-placed kickoff, that's what these new rules can do for you, as he'll be backed up to start this drive.
Well, not exactly a banner return, so he doesn't give his offense a whole lot of room to work with. They've got to go a long way now to try and score some points. I do know this from experience. There will be a few comments muttered his way by the offense as they head out on the field.
First carry for the Boise State Bronco, Alexander Madison. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
And he'll go down for a loss inside his own 5 at the 4. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
Running the ball can be a struggle in this part of the field. In fact, it's a perfect spot for defenders to pin their ears back and try and work upfield, and they capture him for a loss.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun is Minshew. Over the middle, hooks up with a tight end, Bowers. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
And now they have a little more space to maneuver from the 15, 1st and 10. Now Minshew. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
2nd and 10. On the toss, Madison. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A Raider first down, 17 yards. Successful toss play to the right there. It's interesting. Teams seem to run the toss a lot more to the right than to the left.
It's usually a little more natural. Right-handed quarterback, typically your power side running the ball is to the right side with your guard and your tackle. In college football, they used to call it student body right because you had everyone on that side, including the fullback leading. In the pros, they don't call it that, but it's still the same result.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. From the 35, here's a 2nd and 8. Here's Minshew. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Looking to throw it, Minshew. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
So much about defending the pass is being able to be right there at the moment the ball gets to the receiver, and he was right in his hip pocket, helping force that incompletion.
And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped him. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
That one complete to Trey Tucker. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 26. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Minshew sets to throw. Flush to his right. Oh, and that is incomplete.
So many times I advocate not challenging coverage downfield, but on this play, I thought he made an excellent decision to actually do so. If that had been complete, that would have been one for the highlight reel.
Eluding the pressure right. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that is incomplete.
It'd be interesting to see what he decides to do the next time he's in the position we just saw there. Outside of the pocket, takes a throw downfield, it turns up incomplete. I wonder if next time he might take off and run.
Carlson able to put this one through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So from an offensive perspective, at least able to get on the board here right in front of the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, now it's time to talk about complementary football, isn't it? Because if the defense can force a 3-and-out, there could be enough time on the clock that they can get the ball back for their offensive guys and maybe put some more points on the board before the half.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw one deep.
Here's 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And nothing after the catch here as he's dropped right on the spot at the 47, but in plus territory. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure. Towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield. When you run into slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
Game clock at 2:01. Time for one final play before the 2-minute warning. Mahomes to throw on second down. And the Raiders have got him. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. He'll drop to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 34-yard line. That 3rd down conversion good for 23. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Mahomes now to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Mahomes going to throw. That ball caught. It's Rice. A big play there for KC. 43 yards.
You can feel the effort all the way up here. He tried his best to get there. Didn't quite make it, but down around the 2-3-yard line, gotta love the effort, and especially...
And oh, it'll be intercepted. And the Raiders are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. CD, when he went to throw that, I'm not sure if he just didn't see where the defense was. Whatever the case, not the throw you're looking for on 1st and goal.
Not at all, because, look, let's face it, that close to the goal line, if you throw an interception, is going to hurt on any down. But really, the only down you can kind of live with is if you do it on 4th down. The first 3, if you don't have it wide open, just get rid of it. Make sure they can't get it and live to fight another down. 1st and goal, and you throw the pick, not good at all.
On play action, it's Minshew. Pressure comes, and down he goes. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. They'll drop to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Fighting through it, he's got space. Still on his feet. They juked him. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled.
And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. Xavier Worthy in the final seconds of the first half. And the Chiefs would extend their lead here just before halftime. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he is into the end zone. So they get 2 more on the board here just before halftime. Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this 3rd quarter of action. They're going to take this up close to the 40, so really good starting field position. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
On second down, Minshew. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. From the gun, Minshew to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the 3rd quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Nick Bolton. And the Chiefs are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. So an opening drive interception to begin this second half.
And just think about the time you spent in the locker room going over what you expected to do in the second half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up. You find out this is something that you can't just edit, right? There's no rewrite here. This is live, and now they've got to find a way out of this hole.
2 yards to go, 2nd down. Now Mahomes. Flushed out right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Max Crosby coming in for that outside linebacker spot, and he buries him for a loss of 7. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this 3rd down play takes place. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's another beautiful throw right there. Gets it to his man right in stride. And I think that throw kind of exemplifies what we've seen from this offense throughout this game. They've been in rhythm. They've been sharp. They've been on it. And they pick up another first down there.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 45-yard line. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback. I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
He has a first down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon. And again, it's Mahomes. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Well, good hands there defensively. It's 2nd down.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Got a man over the middle, Worthy. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Up the middle, here's Pirine. And they get him down at the 1. He had the broken tackle, but ultimately could not get into the end zone. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They're knocking on the door as they come to the line here on 3rd and goal from the 1. Looking to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So they opted to pass for it on 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do on 4th and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on 4th and goal. So they've got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
They'll run it with Pirine, and he didn't get there. Knocked backwards to the 2-yard line. Pirine unable to bull his way in, and the Raiders hang tough down near the goal line. Going to begin the drive here with Madison. And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. They were looking for a little spark and some breathing room. They got it right there, a gain of 14 and a 1st down. Another carry now for Madison. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. He'll look to throw. Flush to his right. That's into the hands of his tight end Bowers. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. 2nd down and 6 now. They'll set up to throw. He'll get the tight end Bowers involved there. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And he's going to be shoved out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. Here's Madison running on 1st down. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Alexander Madison, 14 yards. And the Raiders have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. And now the Raiders will face an important 2-point conversion attempt here. And this one incomplete. So they wait for the 2, they don't get it.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
On 1st down, Mahomes. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Jacorian Bennett has it. Down to the 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. So that, Charles, obviously just a game changer here this fourth quarter, and they're an extra point away from stealing the lead.
And stealing is the absolute right word for it, because that'll wake up your sideline, won't it, partner?
Well, there's still time remaining, but boy, I mean, you think about it, you go from an offense with a lead in the ball trying to salt things away to a completely different scenario now after the return for a score. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. McCole Hardman to return it from his end zone. And not what he was hoping for when he brought it out. They're going to get him down short of the 15-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they have to try and move past that pick six because now they're dealing with a fourth quarter deficit. And they need this drive to end in points. Robert Spillane able to bring him down. So from the 17, here's 2nd and 7. Here's Pacheco once again. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. A big play in this football game. 3rd down and 1. They'll try for the first with Pacheco. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. Here we go. This is 4th down. Now Mahomes got to have this one. Finding Kelsey. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
That gets him the first down, but they've still got to move quickly here.
Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Well, you knew you had to take some chances here with the clock winding down, needing a touchdown to win it, and that one might have just sealed their fate.
Yeah, and that's the nature of the 2-minute drill. The offense trying to go downfield and make their plays. But defenses, they're sitting back watching everything that they do, but not too far back. They want to be in position to make a play on the ball, and that they did.
And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. So 2nd down, and this defense certainly going to sell out to stop the run. And now they'll shift things around. The carry here for the big tight end. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. On 3rd and short to give to the tight end. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. So a big one coming now for Daniel Carlson. This to get the lead up to 4.